out Delpino. He does. He cans it.
Wagler banks it home. Catch and shoot for Matt. That's a big three. Smith with a steal. Smith to the other end. The wraparound pass. Oh! It doesn't get any better than that. Explosion. 5 minutes 30.
A Big Ten chock full of superstars. You see the top scorers in the conference. Nick Martinelli of Northwestern leading the way, trying to capture the scoring title for a second straight year. 3 guys in their first year in the conference just behind him: Lamar Wilkerson, Nick Boyd, Cade Tyson. Ohio State's Bruce Thornton is 5th. Andy likes to predict the all Big Ten team like starting in November. Usually I get a text maybe like after one game for each team about who's going to be all Big Ten. We're not asking you to predict here.
Okay.
Is my understanding. We're asking you who you think are the 5 best players as of now. Like if the season hypothetically were to end now, which thankfully it does not.
Yes, we don't want to bring back 2020.
These would be, yes, right, good point. These would be the all Big Ten players. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yes, this is the current
This is not
first
predictive
team.
Katz metrics.
No, this is not Ken Palm.
Yeah.
So look, this is my current first team.
Okay.
And some of those names you just saw would be on the second team.
Okay.
All right, but my current first team, it's hard to deny Keaton Wagler as leading this first team because he has been absolutely phenomenal. Anytime you drop 46 in a road win at Purdue, without Kylan Boswell, by the way, who they expected to guard Braden Smith, he was hurt. I mean, this performance alone could get you MVP, Big Ten Player of the Year. So, yeah, I think he has to lead this list on your first team All Big Ten, and right now I think he's in the pole position to be Big Ten Player of the Year.
I'm with you. I think it's a no-brainer, obviously, that he's first team All Big Ten. I think there's a strong possibility that he ends up as Big Ten Player of the Year. And to say that no one had that at the outset of the year would be an understatement. This is why it's great. It's the year of the freshman in college basketball, and he has to be alongside the best in the country at this point. Okay, so Keaton Wagler, player number 1. Who else?
All right, so obviously Braden Smith, who has saved Purdue many games this season. He has to be on there. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I thought he was maybe number 2 for National Player of the Year behind Cameron Boozer, but Purdue started to lose. They go on a 3-game losing streak. Some of first halves for Braden have been, a little bit of a struggle for him, but he's finished really well. I just think right now it's hard to deny that Wagler's overtaken him a little bit, in terms of Player of the Year.
And I think part of that is, part of it's Wagler's phenomenal. Part of it is, let's just be honest, some of the guys around Braden Smith haven't been as good as we expected them to be, and he's been asked to do maybe a little bit more than you would expect him to have to do, as phenomenal a player as he is. There's been a lot of pressure on him, and then to the victor goes the spoils, right? I mean, his team has 3 losses, and you're talking about, with Keaton Wagler, as you mentioned, a team that hasn't lost in nearly 2 months.
And I don't want to say that he still can't be the player of the year, but he certainly can. There's 5 weeks left. Right. So, but I think right now you have to put Wagler ahead of him.
Fair enough. Okay.
All right, so number 3, this is where it's difficult because Michigan is so good that you can make an argument for a number of different players, but I think Jaxa Lendeborg has to be on here. He was a preseason potential candidate for Player of the Year, but he just does a little bit of everything. You look up and maybe he's got, a double-double or he's got 20-something points, but I think even in the Penn State blowout, the fact that he had his scoring number was down, his rebounding number was a little down, but then he had 8 assists. So he just is a consistent stat stuffer and is sort of the engine for all of Michigan. I think Morez Johnson's had an all-Big Ten type season. Everyone on that roster has had their moment. I mean, Burnett had 31 last night. So, but I think Lendeborg has to be on that first team.
And to your point, they don't need him to score 20 points a game.
Right.
They don't need anyone to score 20 points a game because of everything we talked about, how balanced they are. But we were talking about Ken Palm earlier. He does his Player of the Year, which takes into account all of the different analytical categories he looks at. Lendeborg's top 10 in the country. So that speaks to what you're talking about.
All right, so number 4 on my list is Bennett Sturtz. Iowa is nowhere near, in contention for one of these, double, triple buys, without his scoring, his leadership. And it really is amazing that he's gone Northwest Missouri.
Incredible.
Drake, Missouri Valley Player of the Year. They lead them to the tournament. now to potential all Big Ten first team, leading Iowa to the tournament. He's a scorer. By the way, I've been doing all these games on the road, and NBA scouts are always there, and they love him. Absolutely love him. Love his size, ability to score. He can bring the ball, obviously, as a playmaker. So he actually could end up being with Wagler. I don't know if Wagler's going to leave, but the top Big Ten player selected in the NBA draft. And he comes from Division II a couple of years ago. So,
Kansas City, both of them from the Kansas City area.
Yes, Shawnee, Kansas for Wagler.
Pretty amazing with Sturts. I mean, he's top 6 in the Big Ten in scoring, assists, and steals. But to your point, the fact that he started in Division II, and I always think if there's a player like that, it's, well, maybe they're too small, or maybe they're not athletic, or whatever. He checks every box. I mean, he's got great size for a guard. He's a really good athlete. Like, he does everything well. It's amazing to me that he was as overlooked as he clearly was. But give Ben McCollum a lot of credit. He not only didn't overlook him, but he's taken him along the way at every stop here. So that's 4 of 5, so he's the last one.
It's Jeremy Fears, and I think a couple of weeks ago might have had Fears a little bit higher up on this list. So you got the antics, you got the fact that Michigan State's lost a couple in a row, but his importance to Michigan State, you cannot understate his assist to turnover, his playmaking, for the most part, his leadership. So, he has to be on the first team. And if Michigan State's going to get back in this race, he's got to be on the floor.
I mentioned the Ken Pom Player of the Year. He's 7th in the nation in that. So, I mean, again, it speaks to how valuable he's been, how many things he does well for them. It is important to remember, and you said it, the antics. I mean, there's a lot going on around him. These are votes, right? Like the all Big Ten teams, people vote on them. One is media, one is coaches. And so you do wonder whether or not that will factor in, and whether this continues to be a story, or whether Tom Izzo just says, hey, cut it out and play the game, and then we forget that all this happened.
Right. All right, so first 5, are you okay with? Will I get a lot of push? Are the daggers coming my way?
No, I think it makes sense. I think the challenge is there's probably more guys who also deserve it, right?
All
I mean,
right,
that's a really good list. But
now on this list,
yeah, I mean, again, like there are some really, really good players here.
So here's one thing, and this is where I was maybe getting pushback. I just think of late, Price Sanford, and maybe this isn't fair to Rick Mass because he missed the game, he was ill and all that, but in the last few weeks, Price Sanford's importance to Nebraska cannot be understated. And I think he's a main reason why they are where they are. Lamar Wilkerson's obviously been a main reason for Indiana. But, hey, a month from now, maybe it's Nick Dorn, as the Indiana player, if he continues to do what he's been doing of late. And then going with Boyd over Blackwell. But Boyd's scoring, has been a little bit more significant.
And they're figuring out how to play together, those two, which I think is really important. I agree with you on Sanford. I think the challenge of Nebraska is the whole's kind of greater than the sum of the parts. I mean, and that's a compliment because they just play so well together. But who do you single out? And for a while, I thought it was Mast. I'm with you on Sanford. Martinelli, they have struggled so mightily around him. And before the Illinois game, he was leading the nation in scoring. So that's a compliment to him. I was surprised not to see Hannes Steinbach on there.
And I debated that, but I got to knock someone off. And by the way, he could be on there, and maybe Chad Baker-Mazar will drop off if he can't play. But he's been so important, obviously, to USC's season to date. Donovan Dent, again, has now just started to come on. But, he hasn't been there yet.
Right.
And he was a preseason All-Big Ten player.
Yeah, I mean, Donovan Dent really struggled for a while. I mean, I think UCLA for a while there was, relative to expectations, underachieving significantly. It's gotten a little bit better here, but
and then the other
part of the reason why it felt like.
The other 2 points I just want to make. One is Bruce Thornton. I always feel bad not putting him first team because he's such a great player, such an important player. But Ohio State's always on the bubble, it seems, in his career. So I think winning matters. And then the other one, just from the preseason, there's no question in the preseason we had Jackson Shelstad, who's done for the year, and Nate Biddle. I mean, if they had been healthy, I think that at least one of the two of them would have been on a top 10 list in the Big Ten.
All right. Really difficult season, no doubt, for Dana Altman's team. I agree with you on Thornton. I hope this is a year he ends up in the NCAA tournament because he has had a great career. He's stuck around, been a prolific scorer, and one of the really excellent players that we've seen in the league.